All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, praise, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rahakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect scattered abroad. This is the brother Barazal here with a lesson. The Lord willing is edifying. All right, so the lesson of this video, or Salakia, the title of this video will be Esau is going to be brought down and put into captivity. All right, or something along those lines. All right, so just going to start off with Job 14:5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Yeah. So, this man was put into rulership, of course, by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai. All right. And I was watching the elder brothers in Dallas, and they went into, how pretty much the Lord is building up a case against this man. All right. He's being, pretty much allowed to do wickedness for only a certain period of time until, the Lord comes back, all right, and stops this man. All right. And currently, of course, he's accused of being, the wicked, all right, the devil, all right, that the Bible speaks of, all right, the spiritual or the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. All right, that's currently the man that's in rulership. All right, so the Lord is pretty much building up a kind of like a Rico. All right, Esau likes building up the Ricos. Well, the Lord is doing a Rico on Esau. All right, and eventually, he's gonna get his punishment, his sentence. All right, which is pretty much going into slavery, into captivity. His kingdom being destroyed. All right. Job 14:5. Reading it one more time. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So it's only so far that this man can go. All right. This is the book of Job 5:12. It says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. All right, and Esau's known, and this going into crafty, Esau is known as being wiser than Daniel. Through what? All right, his technology, all right, his witchcraft, all right, the way he's been able to rule, to deceive the people. All right, and it's all going, to, of course, his main goal, which is to give everybody the MOTB, which we know is the RFID hip. All right, in order for him to exalt himself as the Most High. All right, in his own, lower level, left-handed way. All right, giving everybody that C-hip in order to have full control. Being able to track your every movement, track your biometrics. All right, shut off the chip, if you're disobedient. All right, and that's what this man's ultimate goal is. We currently seeing everything going digital, technology getting smaller, AI getting more and more deceptive by the day. So we understand the times that we're in, and we also seeing the signs of the Lord's coming. All right. We're seeing the wars and rumors of wars, all right? The nations getting mad with America, Trump being that cruel Lord, all right, going into the book of Isaiah. All right, so we're seeing this, happen, and it's going exactly how, the Bible says it would go. So, of course, right now, the main prophecy that we're waiting on is the implementation of the MOTB. All right, but for of course, that war to start, the third woe, all right, we need to see that come to pass first. All right. So this is the book of Revelation 13:10. It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and faith of the saints. All right. So this is of course going to Esau, Edom, and the heathen nations. All right. Started with Esau, of course. All right. Because Esau, he's currently in rulership. He's currently, oppressing, the Israelites. All right. Starting, of course, with the transatlantic slave trade. All right. 400 years chattel slavery. All right. Going into now. Read that again, Revelation 13:10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. And that's Esau's blessing. All right. The main way that Esau has been able, to rule was through his blessing the sword. When you read the book of Revelation 6:4, it goes into, well, actually, we might as well get it. Revelation 6:4, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. All right, and when you go to the book of Genesis, the 27th chapter, it goes into the blessing that Esau was given from our forefather Isaac, all right, which was to rule with the sword. All right, and taking peace from the earth. So this man isn't here to, for the well-being of the earth. He's here to take peace from the earth, keep the Israelites down. All right, push his agenda, exalt himself as the Most High. All right. And when this goes into another horse that was red, we understand that red, all right, also means Edom. All right. And horse means power. All right. So this man was given power. This man, Esau, Edom, was given power, all right, to take peace from the earth, to be the wicked. Also as punishment for the Israelites going off. All right, but now, we're coming to that awakening, repenting, turning back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right. And ultimately, what's to come next is, the salvation. All right, the salvation of, the elect. Not to mention the wicked is being revealed. All right, going into Esau, Edom. This is the book of Zephaniah 3:19. It says, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. At that time I will bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Lord. So this is what's going to happen. Our captivity is going to be a power shift. All right. All those that, put us in captivity, the heathen starting with Esau, they're going to have to be put to work. They're going to have to be in slavery. They're going to have to build up the kingdom. And then the kingdom, of course, it's going to be a righteous rulership. All right. The standard is, of course, going to be, the law, all right, that was given unto the Israelites. All right. Not Esau's democracy. All right. So it's going to be a righteous kingdom. Everything going to be in order. All right. Women, children going to be in order, keeping, of course, the high holy days, Babylon being destroyed. All right. That's soon to come. This is the book of Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. All right. Going into the northern and southern kingdom and set them in their own land. So the Lord is going to set the Israelites in their own land. You see? So that's how you know that the small hats ain't the people, and the strangers shall be joined with them, going into the Israelite foreigners, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So this has yet to happen. All right, this isn't something that already happened yet. Verse 3, and it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased, going into America, being Babylon. So this place is going to get taken down, man. All right, and ultimately, the Edomites, and the elites, the elite Edomites, because, they're going to try to escape the Lord's judgment, bunkers, going up into space, whatever the case may be. All right, they going, but they gonna go straight into captivity, man, into slavery. You see, and this is all gonna happen once the Lord makes His return. All right, but that'll do it with the lesson. And Lord, when those edifying. So with that, I like to give all the honor and praise and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rachagodash, Shalom.